keep the crowds back and safe. The other watch Jack-Jack, said the woman. But I thought we were going to go with, said a girl. You heard your mother, said the man. Tony recalled seeing the two adults taking off after the underminer. I call perimeter, said a boy. You're not going anywhere, you maggoty little creep, said the girl. Tony saw his chance to get out, but as he listened to the kids argue, he recognized the girl's voice. Oh, great, the girl said. He gets to be a hero while I'm stuck alone in a parking lot, babysitting like an idiot. She pulled off her mask and threw it to the ground. Tony stared at her, taking in the sight of the supersuit. He told Dicker he knew she had sounded familiar. It was Violet. He couldn't believe it. Violet saw Tony. She tried to tell him everything was fine, but the situation was too weird for him to handle. So without knowing how to react, he just ran away. In the interrogation room, Dicker switched on a strange machine that was mounted to the ceiling. I feel kind of bad about it, said Tony as Dicker pointed a laser beam between Tony's eyebrows. Maybe I should have said hi or something? It's not her fault superheroes are illegal. And it's not like I don't like strong girls. I'm pretty secure, manhood-wise. What is that? Tony asked, finally noticing the strange gadget. Have you told anyone else about this? Asked Dicker, ignoring his question. Your parents? No, said Tony. They'd only think I was hiding something, you know what I mean? Sure, kid, said Dicker. I like this girl, Mr. Dicker, said Tony. I'm supposed to go out with her Friday night. Now things are just going to be weird. I wish I could forget I ever saw her in that suit. You will, kid, said Dicker. You will. Just then, a small suction cup fired from the machine and stuck to Tony's forehead. His eyes fluttered for a moment, and everything went black. Chapter 1. Mr. Incredible clung to the top of the underminer's massive tunneler as it chewed through the earth. He held on with all his strength, but the machine soon shook him loose, flinging him to the ground. He gagged as dirt and debris flew into his mouth. The giant drill cut an enormous cavern right below the financial district. Once it stopped, a hatch opened, and the underminer emerged. He pointed a detonator at the newly carved cavern and laughed. Consider yourselves undermined. He pressed a button, and within seconds there was a tremendous explosion. Bank buildings dropped straight down to the cavern floor, sending clouds of dust into the air. The tunneler began moving again, this time drilling directly through the walls of the banks and their vaults. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The deafening alarms rang out from the vaults, and bright red emergency lights flickered urgently. But none of that stopped the underminer from his work. He pulled a long, wide tube from the tunneler and dragged it into the vaults. Planting himself in the center of the room, he turned on the powerful suction. Mountains of cash, bonds, and deeds were sucked up through the tube and into the tunneler. Mr. Incredible appeared. With his hands on his hips, he said, Underminer, we meet again. Startled, the underminer, still holding the vacuum, turned toward him. In a flash, Mr. Incredible was sucked inside. The tube bulged and twisted as the super's body snaked its way through. Oh, great, barked the underminer, irritated. Now he's on the agenda. The pressure built as Mr. Incredible clogged the tube until the strength of it finally forced him through. He flew out the other side, tumbling into the tunneler's vault. A blizzard of coins and cash followed, falling into the piles around him. The underminer scowled as he heard a banging sound from deep inside the vault. A dent appeared, growing bigger and bigger with each bang. The underminer threw the controls to autopilot. Suddenly, Mr. Incredible burst through the metal wall, and the underminer whacked him on the head.